Welcome to Buffalo Lake Campground in the Northern Highlands American Legion State Forest in upper Wisconsin. I have no idea what that is yelling at me over there. I'm at the boat ramp. Definitely can have motorized boats on this lake. You have the beach right next to it. The water is very clear. That's a beautiful sandy beach. Really nice place to cool off. It has a resident manager, not just a campground host here. Firewood available on site. And let's take a look at the map. Okay, we are currently down here at the boat ramp. The numbering system is a little crazy. We're in the 2000s here, but 2000 starting with some low number, 2001. So I'm just going to list this off of 1 through, but remember it's 2000 and something when you're looking for reservations. And fee information, it's $16 a night for Wisconsin residents, $21 a night for non-residents. Apparently I'm being yelled at by a raven. He's got something to say to the whole neighborhood. Well, you're going to have to put up with him and his friend yelling at each other. This is 101. This entrance area is a little whoop-de-doo, and then you can get around the corner. It'd be really great tent site or something small like a pop-up or something like that. 2002. So site 2 here. Again, you come in, you can go straight back if you want, or you can come around the corner and take up a lot more space. Depends on how good you are at maneuvering. 203, very wide entrance. If you're trying to back in here, you're going to have to go around and come back in, probably, but maybe why it's so wide here. 2004 here, come down the hill. Not a huge site, substantial, but it doesn't have endless length here. Over on the other side here at 2005, you can back in here, but if you really want to use the site, you got to make the corner over towards the pit toilet. So you got the pit toilet right in your backyard. 2006, definitely a rooty entrance here, needs some gravel or something. Tent up there. It's not meant for anything but a tent site. 2007, slopes back up in here. Again, backing up to the pit toilet. So if you want convenience, it's right there, but so will all the neighbors. You could come up and around the corner if you wanted. 2008 over here with American flag, has a big fifth wheel in there. They got their boat and their truck in there and plenty of room beyond that. 2009 across the way, not so big, but still fairly large. You can get something fairly long in here. All right, you can see we got a travel trailer here that's taking up the entire space at 2010 with a lot of room off to the side for your living room and stuff. Now I've come to the split of the two loops. I'll keep the numbering simple. We'll go 2000 to 11 through 2024 first. Then I'll have to come back around and do the other part. So 2011 right here, relatively small spot, teardrop, pop-up, Class B, something like that, fine, or a tenting site. 2012, a little larger. This has got quite a bit of room. There's quite a bit of space in there. All of the sites online will tell you what the maximum length you can put in. You can see 2013, how they've used it. The pop-up is just about right in the level spot, and there's plenty of room off to the left for the table and screen house and everything else. Okay, 2014 and 2015 is a pair of sites meant to be booked together. There's a little bit of a paved pad there, which is unusual. Let's take a look what we can see of the lake from here. We got kind of an old road going down there, but there is a fenced area to keep you from going over there for some reason. Yeah, this is all fenced. You can't walk down to the water from here. So the fenced area is to prevent erosion, and they have a large section cordoned off, so do not expect to be able to get to the water directly from this site. All right, 2016. You're definitely gonna, if you're gonna park in here, parking in the side for most RVs, that's backwards. For me, in my Class B, I would probably pull straight in, so my side door is over there, and that would work just fine. 2017, on the water side again. Lots of room over here and plenty of room over there for screen houses or tents and whatever you want. There are some whoop-de-doos over here that may actually help it find a level spot for you. On the opposite side of it, 2018, you got these two trees, your limiting factor. If you can squeeze between them, if you have slides, you got to make sure they clear. So it's a questionable site for that, but it's kind of nice otherwise. 2019, again on the lakeside, but with a fence behind it. This one is very large. There's a lot you can do here. Get creative, have fun. 2020, again on the lakeside, fenced in. Other than that tree, there's a lot of room to play, and if you've got a small vehicle, you could actually pull through and use it as a cul-de-sac, but it could be a challenge to get out if that tree is there. 2023 and 24 are a pair of sites. This is definitely looks like it's meant for tent camping, for a lot of people to hang out. All sorts of room in here, and we are right next to the beach. And also 2022 and 2021, another pair which are right at the beach. This is the oddball site, 2023. Very wide, not too long, but it's in a weird between section, not in any loop. Okay, I gotta walk back up, head back down the middle of this double loop, and do the part that comes out over here. Okay, I'm back up with a split, but I want to show you something. See all these? Your boat's going to be covered in them. Let's go check out 126 through 137. You'll also probably have to sweep your sides because of that stuff. 126. See how they're stuffed in there? It's not very big. They're barely fitting in there. 2027. Got a fifth wheel hiding in here with a generator right now. 128. Fairly large. It does corner in around the corner there if you want more room than straight back. The birds have moved, but I'm chasing them now. 2029. So we got going here. It's a little slopey. It's not the flattest site, but fairly wide. 2030 over here. See the little travel trailer back there, plenty of room. Something bigger could easily be in there. Very wide site. All right, 31 over here. Plenty of room in here. It's fairly large. You do have trees that give you a hard stop there. 2023, you can see they've come up and around the corner with their RV and really squeezing past that tree. Hello, buddy. And lots of room for tents and screen houses. 2033, fairly wide. There's a little room over there, big circle of space there. Not one of the biggest ones though. If you're not a lot of room for extra tents on top of an RV. 2034, sloping down over here. Not very large, good tent site. Not a lot of flat space in there. 2035, right across from it. See what they're using there. In front of it, there are a big bunch of rough roots in front of his trailer. Almost done with this loop. 2036 over here. He's got the pop-up pulled way to the right to give some room for like the living room area. 2037 over here being barked at. There's a big tree in the middle of this one. Great for how they're using it with lots of tents and big old shade structure. Now for the last section that includes some walk-in sites. So these are all smaller. It's very narrow to get through this section with anything big. 2039 here on the water side. There is definitely a slope down. You could do a pop-up, teardrops, things like that. No problem here. 2040 on the left. Big slope up going in. There's this weird little side spot too. But a great flat spot up top. Small rig, something very small. You got a lot of length, so you got a place to store the boat, but you're not going to be able to level anything else out up here. 2041 over on the right here. This one's perched up nicely looking over the lake. There is plenty of room over on the side here, but like I said, it's hard squeezing through the trees getting here. This one has a little path that connects to one of the walk-in sites, so we'll look at that separate. Alright, sites 2042 through 2045, all walk-in. Let's check the first one here, which is right next to the one we just looked at. This isn't a long walk-in, but it's not right by your car. This is 42. Set yourself up so you're not in the middle of the path. You want to be over here because 43 is just past it. Now this has access to the water. Unlike those RV sites on the far side where the fenced area, you can get down to the water here. And this is 43. So 42 and 43 are on the same path. And it looks like people have got wheeled wagons they've been using to get in here, which makes sense. So 43, just at the edge of the site, is private land. There's a residence over there. So you may think you're on the end of the park, but you're right next to somebody's house. There is a loop here for these walk-in sites. So no matter which way you go, you're going to get there. And this must be 44. 44, not on the water, very wooded site, secluded. Beautiful trees though. 45 seems to be off on its own. You're not on the path to another one. But you are behind another site. Doesn't look that well used. Fairly small in the woods. Across from the walk-ins is this wide open site for 2046. Lots of tree roots in here. The entrance is here, so good luck getting in there with whatever. 2047 backs up to 45 walk-in site. 2048, nice wide site, a little snug getting in here, but you can do a lot with this site. Great tent site. 2049, definitely a tent site. 2050, a tent site that is getting some work done right now, because you can park here and you're camping up where he's working. 2050, a nice camp tent site. You can get something bigger in here if you want. It is not completely restricted, but it's not very, well, you can do a lot, but there's a slope off here. All right, and 2052, work truck is right now. You can get something fairly large right here and plenty of room to the side. Just dance around the tree. Just remember, like I said, it's a little tight around the corner to get in here. Now, all these sites can be reserved up to 11 months in advance. If you want to change your mind and cancel, you have to wait till you're only 10 months ahead. So you can't like re-register way ahead and then immediately drop some sites. They're trying to avoid that. Because what people will do is say, book 11 months out before the 4th of July on the first day they can, 2 weeks ahead, and then drop a week off, so they're only booking that 1 week in the end. But you have to wait till 10 months before they'll let you do that, so you got to remember to do it. All of that can be done online up to the day of your camping. If you don't have a state park pass or DNR sticker, you can pay for that here separately in cash or check. Now, I know there's no way you're going to see him, but the squirrels here are jet black. Jet black squirrel. So that's Buffalo Lake Campground in northern Highland, American Legion State Forest in northern Wisconsin. Beautiful lake, great beach. I'll tell you, this site 21 and 22, that is the place to just hang out and have full private beach access. Well, not so private because everybody else is going to be there with you, but really easy to let the kids go and you're still in visual sight of them on the beach. So thanks for coming along on this trip. I'll have a full playlist of all of my state forest campground tours, as well as all the state park campground tours in Wisconsin. I also have a playlist of the National Forest campground tour that I just finished just east of here, if you want to check those out. This area has plenty of camping available in relatively inexpensive sites, and as you can see, looking around, I showed you a lot of sites that are empty. Get on out there on the weekdays. Avoid the crowds. I'll see you on the next one, and watch out for deer.